what's up guys? Welcome to episode number 34 of our Islanders GM mode. So, in last episode, we managed to secure the President's Trophy and go on to the playoffs, obviously. In round number 1, we're up against the Detroit Red Wings, who we have to look at their lines first. And then also, here's the playoff matchups. So, Philadelphia and the Caps, us in Detroit, Toronto and Buffalo, Florida and Columbus. And then in the West, you get St. Louis, Winnipeg, Colorado, Dallas, Calgary, and Edmonton, and Arizona and San Jose. So St. Louis is looking for a 4th cup in 5 years. That would be insane for them. But hopefully we could win it this year. I don't know if we could win a President's and a Cup in the same season, but that would be pretty nice. But so let's waste no time. But first, let's look at the Detroit Red Wings lineup for this playoffs. I don't know what their lines look like at all because I did not look at them. So let's see how they compared against us, because they just barely squeaked into the playoffs. So first line, you got Pat Young, who was a 3rd overall pick in 2019, with Dylan Larkin and Andre Burakovsky. So 2 89s and an 85. So obviously the 2 89s are good, but the 85 is a little low. Second line, you got Evander Kane, who's an 86, Graham Pan, who's an 87. He was a 3rd round pick in 2017, and Dmitry Askin. So you got a great center core so far, and a good winger, and a decent winger, not the best though. The center core continues to be good. Koklchev, that's an 86. So yeah, the center core is really good. 89, 87, 86, 84. And then these wingers, you got an 84 Svechnikov with 84 Tyler Bertuzzi. Pretty solid all-around team. And then Sheahan and Paquin Bordeaux, so an 83 and an 82. Paquin Bordeaux is actually a 4th round pick back in year number 1. So, and then there's their defensive core. So Scott Harrington, one of the guys we were actually trying to go after before, with Danny DeKaiser. So that's a weak top 2. And then Santu Vuari, I don't even know how to pronounce that, with Russo. That's kind of weak as well. And then Sikora with Sarah Jarvie. In goal, they have Sergei Radulov, who was a first round pick back in year number 1 as well, at 23 overall. Stand-up goalie, he's up to an 86. And then backup, our former goalie Darcy Kemper. I don't think he's going to be playing though for them at all this playoffs, but too bad he's not their starter, because that would be a good story against our former player. So that's a look at that. You guys already know what our lines look like, so let's not waste any more time and get this playoff simulation started. First, that's what it looked like for EA. It says we have the better offense, we have the better defense, but we don't have the better goaltending. So hopefully our offense and defense comes good and our goaltending continues from the season. So yeah, let's just get this playoff started in New York. So game number 1. I hope it's routine for us to win round number 1, but we'll see how that plays out. So first period, and it's scoreless. We're out shooting though 15-7, so their goalie's playing great. And our goalie hasn't had to face a lot of shots. So second period, and it's 4-0 us all of a sudden. Wow. And Darcy Kemper's in net, guys. Wow, okay. I don't know why Radulov's not in net. Maybe we injured Radulov in the first period. I don't know. But look at that. Beauvillier starts the scoring, then Carlson, then Grellinger, and then Tkachuk. So a bunch of young guys and our veteran 4th line guy, Melker Carlson. We're out shooting them 26-17. So we should have the routine in place after a second period. You don't usually score 4 goals in a period and then end up losing 5-4. There's another goal. Parker Wotherspoon beats Kemper. I feel bad for him considering he was with us for a few years, but he's trying to win a cup with Detroit, but that's a bad first game for him. I don't know why Radulov wasn't in net. I don't even know if he was playing at all. Maybe he got injured. Let's kind of check. Because if he did, then that will help us probably win. So yeah, Radulov played 6 minutes. Look at that, and he made 7 saves. He could have got injured, guys, 6 minutes in, which means Darcy Kemper might be the new starting goalie for Detroit, which would be very good for us. But let's see, look at the stats. So Anthony Beauvillier from Holt and Pulock. So Holt's coming through a lot this season. Carlson from Leddy, Grolinger from Dalcoli, Tkachuk from Carlson and Leddy. So looks like Carlson and Leddy played pretty good this first game. And then Walderspoon from Eberle and Prince. So Eberle comes through with a point. There's the 3 stars. So Soderstrom with the shutout, Carlson with 2 points, and Beauvillier with a goal. So let's just see if injured in a sec. I don't know if we'll be able to tell. Yeah, we can look at their lines, I guess, again. So let's just go and see if he is injured. Because if that is the case, that'd be good. I don't know why they would take him out, though. Maybe it was just one of those weird glitches that EA has. But if he is injured, that would be very nice, because Kemper's not necessarily a starting goalie. So, no, Radulov's still there. I just don't know why he was in the net for afterwards. He played, maybe he got partly injured and then didn't return for the rest of the game, and that was it. But, yeah, so I don't know why they would take him out of the lineup for that game, but big mistake. We're up 1-0 in the series, and we won our first game 5-0. So great offensive performance and defensively on home ice. First, our game number 2, first period, and it's once again a scoreless first period. We're out shooting 9-6. Last game we had a great second period, so let's see if we could do it again. And well, we get a goal. John Tavares beating Radulov, and Santu Vari for them beats Soderstrom. So it's 1-1 game going into the third period. We're out shooting them by 4 shots. Let's see if we could get a good offensive performance in the third period. And maybe a good defensive performance as well from Soderstrom and our defensive core. Pretty even game still, though, in comparison to the last game, which we blew them out of the water. And it's going to overtime in game number 2. We're out shooting them 25-19. So hopefully we can get more shots and convert on our chances. So overtime underway in New York. Can we get a hero, please? Maybe John Tavares, since we signed you to a 4-year deal, and Shane Prince gets it done. Nice. So it's good we didn't get rid of him during free agency. He comes through with a huge goal to put your New York Islanders up 2-0. Another very good game for Linus Soderstrom with a .9 goals against average and 22 saves, 9.56 save percentage. Very good. Game number 2 for Soderstrom. Radulov had a great game for them, and Shane Prince. See, I don't know why they had Kemper in that for the first game, because Radulov could have maybe won them game number 1. But now they're down 0-2 going to Detroit. So if we could take a game in Detroit, we should be set up to win the series. So let's see if we can take a 3-0 series lead. Our AHL team, I don't know what their record was, but if they're going to make the playoffs or not. So first period, and we're up 3-0, guys. So that might be it already for Detroit in these playoffs. Carlson picks up 2 more goals, so Carlson's having actually a really good playoffs. And Jordan Eberle picks up a goal, so that's good. So 3-0 after the first period, only on 11 shots too. So we got to Radulov early, so that's good. Second period and scoreless in that period, so still 3-0 going into this third period. Can we shut down the Detroit Red Wings on home ice, or on their home ice, I should say? Good penalty kill. This should be routine though to win this series, because the fact, last few years we've been going always to round number 2. Last year we had a better one. Parker Witherspoon makes it 4-0 with his second goal of the series, and we're gonna shut them out again. So Soderstrom's having a very good playoffs once again. This time he wants to win that cup. I don't know if he's gonna be able to win us a cup. It depends who we go up against in the next round, because if we do get to the next round, I'm not gonna count my chickens again before they hatch. So, and the AHL regular season has ended, and our AHL team's actually in the playoffs, and they're up against the Lee Valley Phantoms. So we'll keep an eye on that later. McMillan probably won't get much starts in the playoffs though, so he might just back up the goalie to win the Calder. Maybe that'll help him grow for next season. So game number 4 in Detroit. Let's see if we can sweep them. We've only allowed in 1 goal in the series so far. So we're playing very good defensively. So first period and we're up 1-0. Another great period from our goaltender Soderstrom. We're up 1-0. It's Brian Pilock with the goal. Second period and it's 2-0 us now. So another great game. Looks like defensively Matthew Tkachuk with that goal. So let's see if we can lock it away in the third period. Power play. Nope. Power play for them and they score. Gregory Pan, I think his name was. Makes it 2-1. Soderstrom's still playing great. And oh geez, Athanasiou makes it 2-2. So we're falling apart here in the third. Or Soderstrom is at least, because we're out shooting badly. And oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Soderstrom allows 3 unanswered goals and we lose game number 4, 3-2. We outshot them badly, 42-25, but we lose. So that's not good. Well, we still have a chance to win the series in New York. So there's a look at the 3 stars. Radulov, Young, and Larkin. Soderstrom did not have a good third period in that game. We were up 2-0. We should have had that routine in place, but I guess not. So we'll go on to game number 5 in New York this time. And our HL team lost game number 1 in overtime. So they're down 0-1, just for you guys who want to know. So game number 5 on home ice. Can we end the series tonight, guys? First period, and it's 2-0 us. I think we might. I don't know. I can't say that because last game they came back, but Tkachuk and Dominic Holt make it 2-0 after the first period. Second period, and we're up 5-0. Yeah, we got this in the bank, guys. We're going to be going to round number 2 once again. John Tavares getting it to a 3-0 lead, and then Shane Prince and Malcolm Carlson again. So I guess it's good we didn't get rid of Carlson. But it's 5-0 going into the third period. We're being outshot, but we've managed to get to Radulov again. So power play. Do we get it? Nope. Power play for them. Great kill, boys. So Soderstrom's having a good bounce back game from last game. So, and it's going to be another shutout for Linus Soderstrom. He's got 3 shutouts to start off this series, or to end this series. There's a look at the 3 stars. So Holt, Carlson, and Soderstrom. So your New York Islanders are on to round number 2. Our HL team is down 0-2. I guess we could check if our HL team does anything. And then we'll also check who we're up against in round number 2. So HL team, Koblisk against Grimes. It's tied game going into the third period for Hagee and Bomick for them. Let's see if our HL team can stay alive. And Harakala takes the lead, so that's one of our draft picks, a low top 6 guy. Beating Stuart Skinner, who was, I think, a first round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers. And there's another goal over Hagee, and yep, we're going to stay alive. Good job, AHL team. So 5-3 win over Lee Valley. And let's see, no playoffs have been decided yet. And you know what, we'll just quick sim this game. Come on, HL team. And our HL team loses big 7-3. So our HL team has been taken out in 4 games, and we're going up against the Washington Capitals for the first time in round number 2. Ovechkin retired last year, so it is not there anymore, but they still probably have Kuznetsov and Backstrom. So let's take a look at their lineup before I end this episode, and we'll also look at the player stats quickly. Let's do the player stats first, though. So, player stats for round number 1. You got Malcolm Carlson with 6 points in 5 games. Leddy with 6 points in 5 games. Prince with 4. Dalcoy with 4. Tkachuk with 4. Holt with 4. Beauvillier with 4. So it looks like a lot of depth players. Like, Tavares only had 2 points in 5 games, but like the fourth line center had 6 points in 5 games, so it's kind of interesting. And then the story of the first round, look at that. Soderstrom, 5 games played with a 0.78 goals against average. He only had that one bad game, and look at that, 971 save percentage. So hopefully that continues for round number 2. So that's the stats for round number 1. Let's take a look at the playoff tree as well, see who also is up in round number 2. So St. Louis is to round number 2 again, up against the Dallas Stars, and then Edmonton and Arizona, us and the Caps, and Toronto in Florida. So that's interesting. I don't know if St. Louis will get to the Stanley Cup Finals again. If they do, that's going to be insane. Holy shit. Like, I've never seen a team do that in a GM mode, win that much cups in that many years to start one off, because we are only like a few years into this GM mode. So, but eventually they're going to be going into rebuilding stage once people like Tarasenko and Barbashev retire. So, but yeah, let's take a look at the Washington Capitals lines, and then that will be this episode. Firstly, though, they say better everything except for goaltending again, so maybe it's the same sort of thing as last series. But it's good that Ovechkin's not there anymore, because Ovechkin would be tearing it up probably. So here's a look at their lines. So Kuznetsov and Vrana are very good, but then Zuccarello is very weak to have on the first line. Johansson with Backstrom and Persaud, so these two are good, but Persaud is very low. And then Savage with Little and Connolly, that's a pretty decent third line. Soshnikov and Riat with Denny is their fourth line. So Denny was their pick, I think, last year. Was he? It was maybe a different Denny. But so that's their fourth line. And there's the defensive core. Carlson's good, but Orlov is very low. Bowie's pretty decent. Johansson's pretty low, and then Manulin and Lewington are kind of low. Well, maybe not Manulin, but... And then goaltending, Braden Holtby's still there. 90 overall, so he's a very good goalie, but there's their backup, Joseph Lala. He's not turning out to be much for them at all. And in scratched, they have these guys. Rowley's an 80, Serge is an 80, and Archer 79. So that's the Washington Capitals roster, so hopefully we could beat them and go on to the Eastern Conference Finals for the second time in 2 years. But yeah, so that's going to do it, guys, for episode number 34 of our Islanders GM mode. I think it was, yeah, I've been recording all day, so I don't know. I think, yeah, episode 34. We'll see you guys up here with the next episode when we play the Washington Capitals in round number 2. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you guys next time.